From leprechaun gold hordes to psychedelic album art to biblical covenants to the struggle for LGBTQ plus rights, the rainbow has long been a powerful and evocative symbol that seems to speak to some deep yearning within the human spirit. Nah, just kidding. It's another fucking disgusting Pest and Vermin episode. Come gag and squirm as Pest and Vermin 3 gets deep fat fried.
Deep fat fried!
Thank goodness, honestly. I know this was meant to be like a rope-a-dope or whatever, but like I'm sitting here in one of the worst moods I've ever been in, and I was like, man, I don't want a fucking sappy ass, bitch ass rainbow episode. Who cares what's on the other side? If I'm gonna throw fucking Kermit up in the sky, let him find out for himself.
Fuck you, Kermit, bitch.
Fuck you for existing, you pile of garbage.
Go to hell, motherfucker. You know what's on the other side of the rainbow, Kermit? This fucking thing. This is the Itch Mite.
Gross.
Oh, yeah.
I'm infested with these things, dude. I'm always itchy.
Yeah, you are an itchy little fuck, aren't you?
Yeah, dude.
This is Sarcoptic Scabii. Scabii. I don't know how you pronounce it.
We are the Sarcopticoids.
Sarcoptic Scabby.
It's a scabie, dude.
Well,
yeah.
Scabby.
Basically. Also known as the Itch Mite, is a parasitic arthropod that burrows into the skin and causes scabies. Ew. So it is not itself a scabie, it causes scabies. But yes, this is why you get scabies. So Italian biologist Giovanni Cosimo Bonomo and Giacinto Sestoni. Italians have good names. I just want to put that out there.
They do.
Discovered in 1687.
They all sound very Italian too.
Yeah, and you can say it. You say it in a decent voice. You know,
a bologna, a macaroni. You know.
You know what I like about their language, or at least their name schemes, is they're very vowel laden. So they kind of have this like lilting sort of flowingness to them. You know,
that's all like Romance languages, though.
Yeah. But I think Italian, I mean, people are always fucking crowing about how much they love French and shit. But I think Italian's a beautiful language. It's just spoken by people who don't speak beautifully. Because if you're ever in Italy, it's just like, you know, it's like, oh, Jesus. If you guys just slowed it down, your language would be fucking pretty. But since your guys are a bunch of yelling, fucking angry maniacs, no.
How dare you say that? The fuck are you, TJ? I kill you.
Yeah, you know. Matone Soprano, hello. And I was like, hey, you fucking wise guy, I'll fucking stab you, bitch. You know, whatever the fuck. Sorry, Italians.
That was a great Tony Soprano.
You nailed it.
I mean, you know.
Was James Gandolfini like in the room?
Yeah, I fucking studied under Gandolfini, actually. I was his understudy, so that's probably why it's so rock solid there. You know what I mean?
Total aside, it's really funny when that guy talks in his actual voice, because he has like a nasally kind of voice.
Yeah, hello. It's when I was playing Tony, what I thought to myself was, you know, I need to get in touch with the gangster within, you know.
Great actor, though.
No, he's not, Scott. He's actually dead.
Yeah. Well, he was
actually dead now, so he's no longer a great actor. He's just a corpse.
Why does this thing have little appendages with little noodles coming out of it? That doesn't make that's fucking gross.
That's probably what makes you itchy.
That's like how it burrows in, right? I
don't know, but what's with the little weird like spaghettis on it? You know, like these little things coming out. Like, what's with that?
I don't even.
Why does it do that?
There's like our tendrils or something.
I don't know. That's got to have a purpose, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, those Italian dudes we referenced earlier, they fucking discovered that the scabies were caused by this little microscopic thingamajig.
I thought you were going to say scabies were. They discovered scabies were caused by Italians.
Yeah, you know,
probably a lot of cases of scabies have been caused by Italians, I'd imagine.
Well, I mean, obviously that's why Italians discovered it, right?
Yeah.
Scabies. Sorry, Italians. Scabies can also affect almost every single mammal on the planet. So, like, there's really not much. There's really no fucking being no mammalian being anyway on the face of the earth that's immune to the wrath of the scabies. So here's what they do. They just burrow right on down into your skin.
Break on through to the
They make themselves a little tunnel. They lay their weird little fucking scabie eggs, and they just kind of chill in their little fucking cavern, within your skin, right?
It's a nice little parasite. I'll be needing your epidermis for a few days.
So itch mites normally infect people who live in close, crowded conditions. So, you're packed in with a bunch of fucking other motherfuckers like sardines and shit. So the elderly and infants are more prone to it, probably because they're more, defenseless and stuff. So normally a small group of mites will latch onto a person and just breed. That's what all these little eggs are. They love to lay their eggs in your skin, which is an itchy procedure. After having her eggs fertilized, the female itch mite will create tunnels under the skin where they will lay their eggs. Eggs are laid in small numbers in various burrows to give the offspring adequate space. After hatching, the eggs will climb out of the burrow and begin searching for hair follicles to feast upon.
Dude, I love it. The scabies concerned with its baby space. Like, you're packed like a fucking sardine, but the scabies like, these kids need some room to grow.
Yes.
The irony of it, dude.
So while the life cycle of the itch mite is only around 2 months, these small pests can cause disgusting amounts of damage to the human body. So this is what it looks like to have scabies. The appearance of scabies can sometimes be confused with eczema. So you might think, oh man, I got some eczema, but really your skin is littered with fucking little parasitic, horrible nightmare beings that are laying eggs in your skin, right?
You've got the scabes.
So while you think the rashes are caused by various mite tunnels or bites, it is actually a natural allergic reaction the skin has to the very presence of the mites. So this is not because they're burrowing into you or anything like that. That actually is not enough because they're so small. That doesn't really do this in and of itself. It's just the very presence of them on your skin that your skin is just like, no, oof, alert, warning, warning.
You have like inflammation reactions, inflammatory reactions.
So these reactions cause severe itching. All right. Severe itching. So here is what it can look like if you're like totally fucking riddled with these things.
What the fuck?
Oh yeah.
Is that a foot?
Yeah, this is the worst form of scabies, which is called crusted scabies or Norwegian scabies. It's caused by severe infestation. It's more common in the elderly, the mentally disabled, and the immunocompromised. So yeah, this is pretty fucking horrible. Here it is on someone's thigh or hip, rather.
What the
and you see, like, it goes well beyond just some itchy red bumps at this point. This is when it gets to this point of, like, crusty, weird.
It's like a colony.
Yeah. Well, this is just when it becomes very severe case. Like I said, this usually only happens to people who are immunocompromised or very elderly or have mental disabilities. People who are really, like, unable to... can you imagine having this shit in your hands? I mean, that's just horrible.
Just don't... I mean, like, you figured, like, even by washing your hands or doing something, it would make the shit come off a little bit.
Well, right, but that's why it's affecting these like very, sort of compromised people, right? Like these people who maybe like a mentally disabled person might not necessarily be washing their hands very much,
I've seen some not suitable for life videos of people who are like mentally ill and elderly with some parasitic infections and other shit. So
right. So I mean, like, that can be a problem when you're, that kind of person. You might not necessarily have the best, personal hygiene and shit.
Yeah, it's normal. My hands are rotting off.
So here's another one that's actually happening on like a lot of parts of the body right here.
Damn, this dude was working on a scaby suit.
Yeah, I mean, like it's all over his body. It's on, and you can tell this. You just tell from like the shape of this dude's head and stuff that this is like a severely mentally disabled person.
Yeah.
You can see like. His fucking shoulder is basically like coming apart with fucking scabbing. I mean, it's just hideous.
This looks like it'd be in a horror movie, if we're being honest.
Yeah, I mean, this is like totally fucking disgusting, right?
Ugh. I feel bad for the fucks that had this shit.
So instead of a couple dozen itchy mites on the skin, which is the most common amount, these affected with crusted scabies have several million. So this is just like your body has become a colony for these itch mites, these sarcoptic scabi, You know, there's instead of just having like a couple dozen that gives you like the little, oh, I got like maybe some eczema looking symptoms or whatever.
Yeah, you're a meat bag for them. Yeah,
Instead, you've become repurposed into a fucking scabies.
We've reached Scabietopia. I mean, that's basically what it is. Like they've
reached the land of fucking milk and honey. You know,
man, what a beautiful world we live in.
Yeah, I know, right? It's kind of like every time next time someone tells me about like I know God is real because the beauty of that majestic mountain. I'm gonna fucking produce this picture and be like, here's something else God did according to you, right?
The beauty of the scabie run wild.
Oh, look at it.
The hills and valleys of the human body.
The Itch Mite.
It took you
millions of them destroyed this man's body.
It took you exactly 10 minutes to make me wish for the rainbow episode. So congratulations.
Thank you.
I'm wishing that this was the rainbow episode now because this is fucking hideous.
Rainbow.
So the thick crusts on the skin are formed by the vast amount of itch mites, along with their eggs, their molts, their corpses, etc. Just so much refuse from these organisms, just adding up on top of the surface of the skin. So here is a sorry, oops, wrong window. There we go. Here's a video of them on the surface of your skin.
Cool.
Oh man,
Here they are. They're playing a little patty cake.
Paradise.
No.
Welcome to paradise.
Where shall I burrow today?
That's fucking hideous, man.
Yeah, show is. Here's a video of the crusted version.
We are going to show you a case of crusted scabies, which is also known as Norwegian scabies, which is seen in the immunocompromised person and in this candidate. In this family, whole of the family is suffering from the scabies from last 6 months, and it has developed. So here you can see the crust has developed on the legs of this child, and the mites.
Our God is an awesome God.
On my benevolence, I give unto you the scabie.
And lo, I give unto you the gift.
What does it do, God? It's so bad, God. I'm testing your faith. Do you love me now? Do you love me now?
Here's a story about another nursing home resident being eaten alive by scabies. I love the fucking use of the word another. Just to let you know, like, hey, look, not the first fucking time we've covered this story, folks. Late feed.
Changes in the works tonight thanks to an 11 Alive investigation. We first told you about the death of a great-grandmother in a nursing home eaten alive by scabies. Well, now a Georgia lawmaker demands change.
Georgia lawmaker, no more.
Look, we in this country, good sir, that not another grandmother will be eaten by scabies in the great state of Georgia.
Thank God for that.
Man, I'm glad our politicians are really fighting for us.
Yeah, check it out.
Says scabies essentially ate Zini alive while living in a Lafayette, Georgia nursing home in 2015.
There's no doubt that this was very painful to her.
According to records from the Georgia Department of Public Health, the state knew Zini's nursing home had scabies outbreaks in 2013 and 2015 before her death. The agency never sent anyone to inspect. It's not required to. According to an agency spokesperson,
They're not required to inspect nursing homes in Georgia if they have scabies outbreaks?
What do you think we are, the Georgia Department of Public Health? Oh, wait.
In fact, we are, sir. Our bad.
That's enough of these disgusting things.
Fuck, dude.
Fucking scabies. Fuck you, TJ.
Fuck
you up your fucking
Why are there so many songs about scabies and how they eat off your flesh? Kudzu, the invasive vine that ate the South.
Now, see, this I can get behind.
Yeah, I fear you needed a break from like the totally disgusting and debased,
Yeah.
Not every fucking parasite or vermin or pest is necessarily gross. Some of them are just really fucking bad, right?
Yeah, really destructive.
So kudzu looks innocent enough, yet the invasive plant easily overtakes trees, abandoned homes, and telephone poles. So here's some scientific facts about it. It was brought to the U.S. in 1876 as ornamental. It spread from 1930s and 1950s for erosion control. Its pace of growth, it grows up to a foot per day, which is very, very fast for a plant, obviously.
That's extremely fast.
Identification, semi-woody vine with alternating leaves made of 3 oval-shaped or lobed leaflets. After 3 years, produces purple or red flowers. Edible. Yes, kudzu leaves, flowers, and roots can be eaten. The root should be cooked. So known as mile a minute and the vine that ate the South, this creeping, climbing, perennial vine terrorizes native plants all over the southeastern United States and is making its way into the Midwest, Northeast, and even Oregon. Kudzu is native to Japan and Southeast China. It was first introduced in the United States during the Philadelphia Centennial Exposition in 1876, where it was touted as a great ornamental plant for its sweet-smelling blossoms and sturdy vines. From the 1930s and 1950s, the Soil Conservation Service promoted it as a great tool for soil erosion control and was planted in abundance throughout the South. Little did we know that kudzu is quite a killer, overtaking and growing over anything in its path. Kudzu grows out of control quickly, spreading through runners, stems that root at the tip when in contact with moist soil, rhizomes, and by vines that root at the nodes to form a new plant. Once established, kudzu grows at a rate of 1 foot per day with mature vines as long as 100 feet. So these things basically just like take over anything, anywhere. They don't care. It doesn't matter what you're looking at.
And the ecosystems they're from, they have competition. And these ones, it's like they just get to explode and nothing's there to stop them.
So why is this such a big deal? What problems does it cause? An invasive plant as fast-growing as kudzu outcompetes everything from native grasses to fully mature trees by shading them from sunlight they need to photosynthesize. This loss of native plants harms other plants, insects, and animals that adapted alongside them, leading to cascade effects throughout an ecosystem. Over time, these effects of habitat loss can lead to species extinctions and the loss of overall biodiversity. You see here something that's been totally overtaken by this fucking plant, right?
Cool.
It's kind of like reminds me a lot of the alien plant in Creepshow.
Yeah,
with
meteor
Stephen King
shit.
Yeah, the meteor shit. Climate change puts a lot of stress on native species. Invasive plants like kudzu are often more flexible and adaptable to change than many native plants and can outcompete them early in the growing season. Kudzu thrives in areas with mild winters and hot summers. Climate change may be making it easier for the creeping vine to spread, as winters in many areas of the U.S. have now become milder. Climate change can also lead to a more regional drought, an opportunity for this versatile killer. Kudzu is able to weather dry periods with its deep root system and then take over where native plants could not survive. So basically just like something that we brought here thinking that, oh, wow, we're gonna do a good job with this. But no, we basically fucked ourselves with this one once again, which we tend to do this a lot. This is kind of if you watch this show enough, you realize that humanity kind of repeats this pattern ad nauseum.
Yeah.
As a fucking environmentalist, if this was happening anywhere else, I'd be totally fucking against it. But the fact that it's eating the South,
you kind of like root Team Kudzu, huh?
Yeah, it makes me want to worship this plant. This plant is my god now.
Well, at least it's real. So here's some goats eating it. You got some goats, they'll eat this shit.
I just really like to have them.
We don't really need sound for it. Just show the goats eating this fucking shit.
The last line of defense.
Come on, guys.
The goat.
Yeah, the goats are eating it.
Go forth, brave goat.
The goat's like,
Save us from ourselves.
I dig it. I love goats. They're so cute.
Delicious kudzu.
Kudzu.
I know we solved this problem. An army of goats.
Yeah, just need more goats, man.
A standing army of 100,000 goats, dude.
You did?
Yeah.
What kind of goat was it?
I don't know. He was a horned goat. He was a billy goat.
Okay, he doesn't know.
I don't. He was just a goat. But he was an asshole, though. I'm just warning you. Goats are assholes.
Goats, yeah, I've heard goats are kind of assholes, but I like them anyway.
Depends on the goat, but yeah.
I'm an asshole too, though, so it's fine. This guy, I guess, hit his son's body in kudzu.
It's even good for that.
Massive community search took place for 4-year-old Javion Mays.
After nearly 2 full days of looking for the boy, his body was found under a kudzu patch, stuffed inside.
I'm apparently saying this wrong. Kudzu.
A duffel bag. And as News 4's Myra Ruiz report, his father admits he knew all along the boy was dead before the search.
Christopher Wilson pleaded guilty to homicide by child abuse in the death of his son, Javion Mays. The 4-year-old boy was reported missing on the morning of August 7th, 2007.
My child is dead, because I made a stupid mistake. And even after this is said and done, I still got to live with this.
Wilson had claimed the boy had wandered away from home, but later admitted he jerked Javion's arm after the child urinated on the floor and caused the boy to hit his head on the sink and toilet. Wilson said he put the child in the bathtub and found him unconscious in the water. The autopsy revealed Javion drowned.
I was wrong for...
Okay. Then I throw him in the kudzu patch and let that take care of it.
I mean, that is a good place to stash a body in the big middle of a big old kudzu patch, man.
Yeah, because it grows so fucking fast. What's this guy? Who's this? You like this guy?
And this looks like another fucking nightmare alien horror from beyond. Can we go?
It basically is, yeah.
Can we cover some more kudzu?
Nah, Paul. Nah, we got to cover the crab louse.
Oh, really? The crab?
The crab louse, or pubic louse, is a parasitic insect that dines upon the blood of humans. Unlike the head louse, the crab louse has evolved to live in the pubic area of humans, though they can also live on eyelashes and in the perineal area, space between the anus and the scrotum. Basically live in your taint, right?
Yeah.
Humans are the only known species that can be infested with these little fuckers. The eggs of the crab louse.
Dude, perennial is like a flower that blooms in the spring. It's perennial, TJ.
Perennial, man. Sorry.
The perennial area.
I mean, it looks the same. Whatever.
The perennial egg.
You know what, Paul? Because you mocked my pronunciation of that word, you're getting these. It's happening to you.
Fuck you, man. I don't want these.
I curse you with crab louses. Lice. The eggs of the crab louse are normally laid on the coarse hair of the genital and
dude, now my nuts are itching, man.
Perianal, I don't know, whatever. I'm going with perennial. It's easier.
Perennial
region.
It's perineal. It's your perineum or your perineum. So it's your.
Hold on.
It's perineal.
Hold up.
Are you doubting me, TJ? When am I ever wrong about shit like this?
I don't know.
I'm good.
I just want to make sure. I want to make sure. I want to know.
Your perineum is
perianal.
Yeah, see?
Perianal.
Yeah.
So it's perianal. Okay. So perianal region.
Gross.
Sounds gross to me. Yeah. I guess that makes sense because it is near your anus. Perianal.
And only, dude, I like that. Only humans get this.
The female lays up to 3 eggs a day. The eggs normally take about 6 to 8 days to hatch. Crab lice feed exclusively on blood and eat usually 4 to 5 meals a day of your blood. The pubic louse is almost exclusively spread through sexual contact. They're very rarely spread by clothing, bedding, or public toilet seats. Pubic lice can be easily treated with lice-killing lotion, medications, and even just, bathing properly, right?
Dude,
but, actually, these things are less common now because so many women shave their pubic hair that there's not, it's actually kind of put a damper in these things' plans. There's actually way less of them due to that trend.
Yeah, those crabs, I want the 70s crabs to come back.
Yeah, the crabs loved the 70s, dude. It was all about the big full bush back then, man.
Oh, yeah. So we'll skip over. We don't need to see the videos of these motherfuckers. I'd like to talk about these fucks. You know where these guys are, right?
Fruit flies.
Yep. These fucking things. If you ever get an infestation of these, which I feel like most people have at one point or another have fucking dealt with a fucking fruit fly infestation, right? I know I've dealt with a couple.
I don't know if I've dealt with a fruit fly infestation, but you get a couple in your house and you make sure you get rid of whatever they're eating for sure.
Exactly. Now, if you don't do that in time, you'd be surprised at just how fucking quickly the situation can get out of hand, because it's happened to me a couple of times. It hasn't happened in a while. I'm a little bit cleanlier of a person than I once was. But
I was gonna say, you used to be like a petri dish, dude. You've had
true.
infestations of bugs that I didn't even realize could infest.
That's true. I have. And that's why I kind of had to shape up, because I got tired of dealing with this kind of shit. But yeah, fruit flies are a species of small fly that infest homes, kitchens, restaurants, orchards, all kinds of shit all around the globe. They feed, as their name would suggest, on fruits, on vegetables, and various other fermented foods, right?
Yeah.
Luckily for humans, even though the infestation can be in the thousands, fruit flies do not bite, or even if they wanted to, they don't possess the mouth parts to do any damage to you. Apparently, at one point, our old nemesis from the DP days once had a video where he prayed to God that my eyes would be eaten by fruit flies, which is not actually possible. He's like, I pray that the Messiah will be eaten by the fruit flies. His eyes will be eaten by the fruit flies since was in hell.
What is your purpose? You eat fruit. Okay.
So they're more common in the summer months, where they become very abundant due to that being the time of the harvest and everything. So the reason that these motherfuckers can infest you so quickly is because they fuck like maniacs.
Damn.
You see them here.
Wax that fruit fly
Land
ass,
the pipe,
man.
dude.
They reproduce at an astonishing rate. Their rapid reproduction has made them both valuable for research subjects and formidable as pests. So female fruit flies are capable of laying thousands of eggs within their brief lifespans. Eggs are most commonly laid out on moist fermenting food masses, such as overripe fruits and vegetables. Within 24 to 30 hours, fruit fly eggs hatch into larvae known as maggots. These maggots feed on the fruits within, which were laid. Within 1 week, maggots burrow through the decaying matter and molt. After 5 to 6 days, larvae move to a dry surface and transform into pupa. A few days later, adult fruit flies emerge.
In order to get a fucking fruit fly infestation, you got to have like rotting food or fruit just sitting out in the open air somewhere in your house for like weeks.
Right.
Like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So just don't let rotten food sit out in your house and you're good.
Well, that's why I haven't had one of these infestations in like years. But when I was more disgusting than I am now, this had happened a few times.
Because roaches, I mean, sometimes you can't be cleanly enough to keep from getting roaches. But I've never
right. I mean, well, especially if you're like in a place where you're super prone to it.
And Louisiana is really bad for a lot of these things too. I mean, Paul grew up in California. I'm sure they have their share of pests, but down in like the deep south, like especially southern Louisiana, it is horrible.
I mean, so we get fruit flies here. There's a lot of agriculture and shit.
Within just 2 days, though, of emerging,
I'm not saying they don't exist there.
Within just 2 days of reaching adulthood, fruit flies are breeding ready. Female fruit flies mate with several males, store the sperm for future use. So they have like little sperm compartments.
What fucking
to just fertilize whatever eggs they got.
What a bunch of cum sluts, dude.
Yes.
Can you imagine? Look, and now you can see it too. Look, her abdomen is all fucking got a bunch of cum in it.
It's a big old cum sack.
Oh my God.
So, the simplest way to keep your home free of fruit flies is just store all fruits and vegetables in your refrigerator instead of using a fruit basket or cabinets. So, if you have your fruit somewhere in the open air, you have to run the risk of getting it. But like really, unless I feel like your fruit basket is fine, and as long as you fucking make sure you throw away anything that starts to get fucking off,
Yeah.
But if you got like that fruit basket, here's what would happen with me, I'd buy like these fruits and shit intending to be like, I'm going to eat better or whatever the fuck. And I put them in the fruit basket and then shits are just sitting there for fucking eons. And then before you know it, these motherfuckers would show up and be like, what the hell's going on?
It's the fucking hometown buffet, everybody. Come on.
I know, right?
It's got a whole basket of it.
So here's an outdoor infestation of a orchard.
Under quarantine, agricultural quarantine, because of fruit flies.
Not far from where you are there, buddy.
No, not at all.
So here's a look at the area affected. It stretches from the Alum Rock neighborhood to the north and Santa Teresa County Park to the south.
KPIX5's Lynn Ramirez tells us what it means.
Including the family that owns this mini orchard up in the East Foothills. Fruit that is ripening on the trees right now that they would normally sell or share now has to stay on the property and or be destroyed.
It's about 50 fruit trees that we have back here.
Jacqueline Garcia's family works their backyard orchard all year long for the bounty that comes every fall.
My kids will set up a little farmer stand and we will sell the fruit to the neighbors. Sometimes we'll barter, we'll trade with neighbors. We've sold to restaurants in the East Bay.
But this year, much of the fruit will go to waste. State ag officials imposed a quarantine on fruits stretching across a nearly 100 square mile area of the Santa Clara Valley, all to battle the invasive oriental fruit fly.
The oriental fruit fly.
Of course.
The pests were captured during routine monitoring.
To date, we found 7. So that means we have a little population going on.
Ag Commissioner Joe Deviney says
we've got ourselves a little copulation going on, you know? Or did he say population?
He said population.
I heard copulation. I guess both would have been appropriate.
Well, you know, you can't have a population without copulation.
True.
So it makes sense. I want to move on to the last thing because we don't have much time left. So this is called
Jiggers, dude.
Tradition, Scotty. Now we've already covered the jiggers in a previous episode, of course.
Yeah.
So why am I looking at a video of goddamn jiggers?
Well,
now?
it's kind of a tradition at this point because
no, it isn't. No, it really isn't.
It's a tradition.
Watching disgusting videos about jiggers is the farthest thing from a tradition.
Well, in every other episode of this show, I mean, in both previous Pest and Vermin episodes, I played video of jigger removal.
Popping millions of jiggers. Popping millions of jiggers.
We have to revisit it. We have to revisit it once more, Paul.
Okay.
We have to see it one last time.
No.
Pop goes the weasel.
All around the mulberry bush. Big.
This poor fuck, dude. I mean, like, I just can't imagine.
There you go, Sky. Look at that.
Oh, dude, it's like scraping away Swiss cheese.
Oh my god, that's disgusting. What part of the body am I even looking at?
I don't know, dude.
What part of
take that knife and stab this dude in the jugular. Put him out of his fucking
What am I
misery.
looking at? What is that? That's just a foot, right? It's just always feet because that's where they live, right?
Yeah, they love to. Well, they probably don't have any fucking shit.
No,
his foot is
what
a jigger.
Oh my god, no!
It's Jigger Town up there.
What have you done, sir? How have you let it get this bad? Like, don't you fucking like at some point be like, oh man, I need to do something about this, like before it gets here?
No, man, what are you?
Welcome
what is even happening? How do you even know where the
there.
fucking foot is under that?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know how you go.
You gotta do the best you can do. I mean, they're trying to help the guy.
Oh my god,
where do you start with this shit?
Ugh. What kind of job is this shit, too? You know,
like, these people are fucking. This is a 42-year-old that says,
I'm a jigger removal specialist. That's what I do. I sit there and I carve up your fucking. I carve jiggers off your foot with a knife. That's what I do for a living.
What's the end result of it?
The end result is probably just like still fucking gross, right?
I'm sure it is.
I mean, that's not their foot. Let's see.
I mean,
it's crazy when you can scrape.
This is probably going to be like multiple days worth of this shit.
This dude is like crying and shit. Is this fucking? They're cutting his foot up
with a razor. They use a fucking small razor blade.
Shit.
Oh, this poor fucking dude. Oh no!
It's not a very good thing, but the beauty of what happened thereafter is what really matters.
Oh god, there's an audience.
Plus you got a fucking big old audience of people like, yeah.
He's all like, all right, let's take a picture of this jigger infestation.
So not only do you have to fucking have your feet riddled with jiggers, but you have to fucking have like a big old audience of motherfuckers standing around gawking at you like, huh, wow, cool, interesting.
Damn.
Tunde, what are you doing? Oh, I'm headed to see there is a jigger removal going on down in the public square. Oh shit, let's go. Man. Horrible.
Better than what's ever on TV, right?
Yeah,
well, that's Pest and Vermin 3.
Gross. Thanks, TJ.
I don't know if there's any left for a 4, but I hope there is, because one day I do want to torture these guys again with more of this, but I don't know. I feel like we're really scraping the bottom of the barrel at this point.
Tremendous episode, TJ. Tremendous.
But yeah, let us know if you liked the rainbow episode. Give it a thumbs up. I think I actually will do an episode about rainbows. When I was writing that fake intro, I was like, rainbows actually probably wouldn't be too bad of a topic for an episode now that I think about it. But some other time, maybe.
Deep fat fried. Deep fat fried. Deep fat fried. Deep fat fried.